and welcome back to Sink Into Science. It's me, Ayush Pata, and I know it's been a long time since my last video, but hey, it's good to be back. Now, without any further hesitation, let's dive in. Quite literally. Outcompeting any animal living on land, in the 7 seas, or the 5 oceans is one animal species larger than any living creature alive or dead. I'm, of course, talking about whales. A chance of seeing one of these giants is incredibly rare. You possibly can't see one of these living legends in an entire lifetime. But what about when they're dead? There have been about 2,000 whale strandings each year, so seeing them will not be hard, right? Well, that is the problem. This is dangerous because whales explode when they die. Why? Believe it or not, the same process occurs in every mammal, including us. But why is it more spectacular in whales? Soon after a whale dies, its body begins the decomposing process where gases like methane and carbon dioxide are formed in large organs such as the stomach. Now, as you already may know, whales have a thick layer of fat called blubber, which keeps them warm in the cold water. Now, keeping the whale warm and stuff is cool, but when a whale has beached itself, it certainly doesn't help. But why? Well, as you already may know, gases do not like to be squished into small areas, so they try to escape, which isn't an option since the thick blubber isn't going to allow the gas to leave, making a very highly pressurized environment. This creates a highly acidic environment in the cells, which disrupts the cell membrane and causes tissues to break down. To add to our problems, the bacteria already present in the whale spend their time eating away at the carbs and proteins in the broken tissue. This process is known as putrefaction. Believe me, it's putrid. In putrefaction, the organs liquefy and release even more CO2, methane, and nitrogen. Since the gases can't escape, it instead makes the carcass bloat. In some cases, it doubles size. To further stress this out, the pressure against the ground, a place where whales aren't supposed to be, causes their orifices to close up, creating a perfect bomb which could go off any second. You'll be surprised to know a whale's body can handle a lot of pressure, and most explosions are caused by us humans. For example, the beach crew might try to move the whale, some person might climb on top, or some insane dude might even try to poke the whale. You see, all these activities create weak spots in the whale, which creates fissures which can lead to an explosion, stinky and deadly, which in turn leads to injuries. Speaking of explosions, let's talk about the 2 most famous ones that ever happened. So in 2004, a 50-ton sperm whale was reported on a beach outside of Tainan in Taiwan. Officials decided to move the dead body to a natural reserve so scientists could perform a post-mortem on it. In the end, the whale is put on a big truck and is quite literally hauled to the reserve. On the way to the reserve, it passed through a town where, as you expected, it exploded. Right in the middle of town, on the huge crowd. There were even vendors selling hot food and stuff. Nevertheless, they actually did do post-mortem and found out that the whale had died due to hitting a ship. Moving on to the next explosion, another sperm whale washed ashore at Florence, Oregon. This one was 45.8 tons. Take a look at this.
Did you get a wow? Yeah.
Alright, Fred, you can take your hands out of your ears.
Well, this didn't entirely happen by itself. It was caused by us, humans, who blew it up. This idea went so wrong as the highway officials still had to clean the pieces up. There was one large piece that didn't even move from the blast site. Now, what should you do if you see a dead whale on the beach? First, do not touch the whale, as this may lead to severe illness as harmful germs live on the skin of the rotting carcass. Then, keep a respectable distance from the whale. Immediately then, call your local stranding network. Now, these biologists have a few options. They can either bury the whale, which is incredibly expensive. You can take the whale back to sea, which is not credible as the whale can always come back. Lastly, you can cut it up and send it to the landfill. But if the whale is bloated and about to explode, you have to make a shallow slit to release the pressure, which is hard. But even with the perfect slice, things can go terribly wrong. Take this video from the Faroe Islands in 2013, where the whale exploded right in front of him. So if you ever see a dead whale, don't touch it, climb it, or just don't do anything with it. Just keep a safe distance and let it go with nature. Actually,